Okay, so you were telling me... Oh, by the way, I've got Vasily with me.
Hello.
I've got
I'm
Vasily.
back.
Hello, guys. We're going to be continuing to play all the Bioshock games.
See,
but
you told me that you wanted me to join you when you were playing Bioshock, but then you went and recorded episode 1 without
I recorded it without you and just went
You're
ahead.
a traitor. You know that? You're a traitor.
Oh, man. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so the Bioshock Collection, if you buy it on PC and you have all the Bioshock games on PC, I mean, I think minus Infinite, even if you don't have Infinite, you can still get it. Like, basically, if you have Bioshock 1 and 2 on the PC, you get the remastered Bioshock 1 and 2 for free. Like, it's just an update to the originals that improve the port of the PC version. So I'm super excited about that, but also it comes with a commentary by Ken Levine of the game.
That'll be interesting.
So that, oh man, here's hacking. So people don't like hacking in Bioshock 1.
Hacking. It was a really fun, puzzle.
Yeah, I liked this, how it's like the goal is to get,
the fluid.
Yeah, you want to get the fluid, as the game goes on, the hacking gets harder because the fluid starts moving through the tubes quicker, but I actually liked it better than Bioshock 2's hacking.
I did not like Bioshock 2's hacking, however, I understand why they did that.
And to be fair, it was probably a better decision to make it like that.
Bioshock 2 was a lot more focused on combat rather than uncomfortable moments of quiet. So they had to make a system that would allow you to hack in the middle of combat.
Yeah, but it's still
it still doesn't excuse that it's still not a very good hacking system.
Well, it's better. I think it's much better than this hacking system, but it's dumber than this hacking. I felt I could... It was one of the first instances where I could feel a game dumbing itself down. Like Bioshock 2, the hacking system being kind of downgraded and made easier. Oh man.
By the way, what difficulty are you on?
Oh, we're playing on normal, but... Also, over here you can find machine gun rounds, which I hate whenever video games do that.
They give you ammo
they
for
give
a
you,
gun you
it's
don't have.
I heard someone describe it perfectly. When you see ammo for a gun that you're going to get, it's like opening up a Christmas present, and it's a video game for a console that you don't have, and then because you got that video game, you know one of the presents is going to be the console. And so it kind of ruins the surprise of opening it up and being like, oh my gosh, we got a PS2 or something.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my god. I remember, when we first played this game, whenever there were moments where the splicers were just coming for you, it was, the scariest thing in the world.
Well, we were how young at that point?
We weren't that young. No, it was just that we were, sheltered by our parents.
Yeah.
We were very sheltered, and we weren't, exposed to horror that much, so horror was really effective on us.
Oh, yeah.
Which also...
Remember
No, go ahead.
when we first played Call of Duty Zombies?
Oh
Nocturne and Toten was nightmare inducing.
Because we weren't, too big on horror or anything, and so Nazi zombies was the scariest thing in Call of Duty 5. Okay. Oh boy. Man, remember when Call of Duty was good?
Yeah. That's so long ago.
And, oh no. Here we go. Also, the first time that I played through this game, for a while, I didn't even realize you could, zoom with your guns by clicking in the right stick. Or Z on the...
I figured that out actually pretty quickly. However, I never really used it, because honestly, it's not that good.
Oh no. This part of the game was actually pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
There are parts of Bioshock 2 where it feels like they're trying to be,
creepy,
screwed up and messed up like the first game, but it never, it feels manufactured, the creep factor in Bioshock 2. It feels like a bunch of people in a boardroom thinking, what's the, scariest thing we can do? Where this game, definitely, it feels natural, the creepiness.
Plus, a part of it is also, this is probably the reason why not many people like the second game. But in this one...
Because it's a bad game. Or, it's not a bad game. It's just a bad Bioshock game.
In this one, you're this tiny, fragile little human.
Yeah, you're like a tiny man.
But in Bioshock 2, you're this huge, hulking Big Daddy.
Yeah, you're
covered in armor and towering over everyone.
You're playing as the Big Daddy, and all the splicers... It was for one mission, the splicers were crazy, and they used wrenches and stuff, and they do jump scares. But then after that, it was just they all had guns, and they all threw grenades at you, and it was just another shooter. You're dual-wielding... You're, and it's fun. It is fun to play, but it's not a Bioshock game.
Yeah.
It's it tries and doesn't do a very good job of replicating why Bioshock 1 was so good in both, the combat and the atmosphere of the world. Because, a lot of people say, the combat in Bioshock isn't that good, and it's yeah, but that's the point. Ken Levine and, his, designers, if they wanted to, they could probably make this game play like a dream, but they didn't, and I feel if this was unintentional, wow, it was, the greatest mistake of their lives, but, because the combat is so outdated, I feel more vulnerable.
It's kind of similar to, in my opinion, Dark Souls. The awkwardness of the combat makes combat feel threatening.
Yeah, it makes it Dark Souls purposefully kind of has meh combat because it creates
it makes combat difficult and a challenge to get used to. This game does the same thing. Combat is not very well done because it makes the fact that
shit. Where's that? Do you hear that? Where's that from? Oh my god.
What?
I can't because we have two earbuds. You're using one earbud, I'm using the other one.
Oh god.
Just in my ear, I heard loud shouting, and I didn't know if you could hear anything. It's like a game of Marco Polo. But but with a splicer and your life.
Remember to go get Incinerate.
Okay.
And fiery
Yeah.
place.
I gotta stop hacking things, because I know it's not the most interesting... Oh, man, hang on, I saw a thing to zap. I know it's not the most interesting thing to watch, hacking, in this game. But...
Quickly going back to Bioshock 2. The speed at which he plunges a syringe that size into his vein...
Well, it's also, the needle's not exactly clean. It's got, rust on it.
And look at the size of it.
Yeah,
it's the size of his vein.
It's dude, you are shoving... You might as well be shoving a knife into your arm. The speed at which you're shoving it into your arm, there's no way you're accurate enough to find a vein to shove it in. You're gonna tear a muscle.
God, yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about Bioshock 1.
Well, it's the one thing you don't like that makes the game great and creepy and unsettling.
It's so creepy.
Oh, man.
You forgot about that, man.
Yeah, there's the
nitro
splicers.
They never reappear.
They do.
No, in Bioshock 2. They don't appear in Bioshock.
Which, to be fair, Bioshock 2 got rid of the nitro splicers.
But they allowed
for good reason, because they're not that great.
The machine gun splicer guys can now throw grenades.
Yeah, they throw grenades, and it's no, it's just another shooter. Alright, let's hack this.
Oh, so a question. Can I talk about Bioshock spoilers?
Let's avoid them, because there are some people watching this who surprisingly have not played the first Bioshock game.
Throw that corpse into the incinerator. You get a thing out of it.
Hang on, there's a... Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
You get a tonic, or whatever they're called.
Press the button. Which also, I think I've said before that, this game technically doesn't look very good, but, I feel like the art style is so strong that it's, helped the game age well.
I think so.
This game is beautiful, even though it hasn't aged
upstairs, remember?
Graphically, I know, I'm trying to find...
Bright,
it's really dark.
Straight. Turn up the brightness.
Oh, man, but then... Okay,
Unless
you know
it's a game that really relies on horror, I generally tend to keep the brightness fairly high up, just because
There we go.
I hate having to switch to a light source.
There we go. Yeah, there are a few games that I purposefully play with the brightness all the way down because it makes the game look better, but also just like add mood and atmosphere. Bioshock's one of those games where, man, this is a game you want to play with the lights off and the brightness all the way down.
But I've played it like, what,
hundreds
3
of times. Yeah, so
times?
it's not scary anymore to us.
I also loved these.
God, I love these so much.
Overly cheesy, like,
Well, it's just-
1930s style.
Well, yeah, it's like those like infomercials from like the 1920s and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's which also like this game takes place in the 60s, but but like Rapture feels like a setting from the 20s.
It does.
From like a pre-World War I, or not, because there are Tommy guns and there's like bootlegging and stuff. So it's like, I'd say, you know what I'd say.
Definitely a post-World War I, but
Yeah.
pre-World War II.
Well, like right around the same time as World War II, which I guess does make sense because that's when Rapture was built underwater, and then they kind of isolated themselves from the rest of the world. So that's all they knew. Which also, like I forgot, wasn't there like somebody who like went into the science of Rapture, and if it was like actually possible to build a city that could last like so and so amount of feet under the ocean?
I don't know if they were the first ones to do it, but I do know that the Game Theory channel did go over if it's possible for Rapture to be built underwater.
And it was yes, right?
Yeah, because the you know the like pans you bake stuff in when you throw it in the oven?
Yeah.
If Rapture's walls were to be made out of that material, it would work. Because that material, bizarrely enough, hardens and toughens under pressure. So the farther down underwater that material gets, the stronger it becomes. So, durability-wise, yes, it could survive. Rapture is also built near some fault line near near Greenland, which means it's a fault line.
Okay, no, go ahead. Hang on, once you're done, I gotta tell you something about Greenland.
Oh, God.
Okay, go ahead.
But, it's somewhere near Greenland or Iceland, and it's nearby a fault, which means perfect source for geothermal energy, which is continuously renewable. So power is definitely sorted out. You go to Arcadia, where that's where the oxygen is solved.
Hey, we're not there yet. We gotta wait.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta wait, but, look
yeah.
at that. Buck ammo.
Rapture is possible if someone had the obscene amount of money necessary to build it.
Yeah, but, like, okay, so...
Greenland?
Here's the thing about Greenland. It was very funny. It was like a little rhyme, like, poking fun at the fact that, like, Greenland and Iceland were, like, ironically named opposite of the geography. Like, obviously there are, like, other reasons for why it's actually called, like, Greenland and Iceland. It's not literally because it's like, oh, like, this place is really icy. Wouldn't it be funny if we called it Greenland? But basically the rhyme is Greenland's covered in ice, and Iceland's really nice. So that's basically, if you're ever curious about the geography of those two, just remember that little rhyme. But
if I remember correctly, they actually did it because explorers didn't want people to go to Iceland and realize it was a really nice place.
That could not be the reason.
That's what I remember from history class.
That sounds like a joke.
I know it does, but that's what I learned in history class, so who knows?
Man, I remember... Like, the water in this game still looks pretty good. I mean, we're playing on a PC... Oh, man. We're playing on the PC port, which is not quite so good. I think it's the same on the 360, but, like, you notice certain effects are running at a lower frame rate. So it's like, all this is 60 frames per second, but you look at the water dribbling, and it's, like, below 30 frames. It's the same with certain objects around the world, I've noticed. Yeah, like that. Look, when you kick this around, it looks very choppy and, like, jittery. Like it's stop motion or something. So here we go. This is a pee in your pants moment.
The good old shotgun.
This is my favorite gun in Bioshock 2's multiplayer.
I liked the Tommy gun.
Man, remember Bioshock 2's multiplayer?
I liked the multiplayer.
I liked it. Like, it's... Going back on it, it's really dumb.
Heal yourself.
Oh, man. Hang on.
Oh. Find you.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's, like, stupid when you go back to it that they were like, why don't we just, like, take Call of Duty's formula of unlocking things, but apply, like, the fun craziness of, like, Bioshock's plasmids? And it's like, it works! It kind of works! Aside from the bad netcode.
Yeah, I liked the multiplayer. Unfortunately, it, like, never, ever has anyone playing.
Because why would they be?
Yeah.
It's Bioshock 2's multiplayer. Who would be playing that? Let's be honest. It's like Singularity's multiplayer.
Singularity had the coolest multiplayer.
Yeah, remember, Singularity is Activision's blatant ripoff of Bioshock that actually works.
Yeah, I've been playing through it on the PC, and it's aged